When they opened the door, they found something they never expected to see in their lives. It wasn't scraps of furniture, forgotten books, or abandoned clothes. What they found behind that locked door was proof that its owner had never left. I won't tell you what they saw now. I'll take you back to the beginning so you can understand how this family reached that terrifying moment. In the fall of 1922, the Salem family, Khalid, Noor, and their two daughters, Reem and Lena, decided to move to a new house in one of the city's suburbs. The house was old, built in the 1970s, and had remained empty for more than 5 years before being put up for sale at a surprisingly low price, far below its actual value. When they asked the real estate agent why, he smiled, a smile that didn't reach his eyes, and said, "Sometimes heirs just want to sell quickly, that's all." Khalid accepted the offer without much thought. The budget was tight, the house was spacious, and the children needed room. On their first night there, 7-year-old Lena noticed something no one else did. "Mom," she said quietly to her mother, "there's a door in the hallway that doesn't have a handle." Khalid went to see what his daughter was talking about. The door was indeed there, at the end of the narrow hallway. A heavy, dark wooden door, different from the rest of the house's doors, and it had 2 huge rusty locks. Khalid looked everywhere for the keys. He asked the real estate agent, who said he knew nothing about that room. He called the previous owners, but no one answered. The family decided to ignore it. "Maybe it's an old storage room," Noor told her husband. "Don't make a big deal out of it." But Reem, the eldest daughter, who was 13, couldn't sleep. Night after night, she heard a sound coming from behind that door. Not banging, not shouting, but breathing. On the 7th night, to be precise, I awoke to another sound, the rattling of a lock, as if someone inside was trying to open it. In the morning, Khalid decided to put an end to this. He brought a lockpick and in front of his family broke the first lock, then the second. As he pushed open the door, a thick, cold breeze rushed in, as if from another world. The room was small. A single window was covered with wood from the inside. On the floor lay a worn rug. On the right wall, a shelf was filled with photographs. Photos of their family. Photos of Khalid, Noor, Reem, and Lena taken from outside, from the window, from their very first day in the house. In the corner of the room, an old chair sat with a carefully folded blanket. Next to the chair was a small plate containing leftover food, still fresh. No one was in the room, but it was perfectly clear that someone had been living there, watching them from the very first moment they had set foot in this house. The Salem family left the house that same morning. They left everything behind and never returned. Noor reported it to the police. They searched the entire house. They found no one. But the pictures were still hanging on the wall, and the food was still fresh. On the inside of the window pane, someone had written 2 words with their finger. "Don't leave." Who was that person? Where did they disappear to? Did they ever return to that room? That's something the police haven't been able to answer to this day. If you think you know the answer, write it in the comments and subscribe to the channel because the next story is even stranger than this one.